So this is my Practical Team Sports 1 assignment, and I'm going to be talking about the regulations of 2 team games and also 3 situations for each of the team games to decide whether the decisions made were right or wrong. So the first sport I've chosen is going to be football. So firstly is time. So a standard game of football, for example a league match, it has 2 halves of 45 minutes plus any added on injury time, which is played at the end of both halves. However, in a cup game, or a different format which isn't the standard league game, they may require extra time to be played, which will be an extra half an hour, and if it's still a tie then a penalty shootout will also be needed. Next we have scoring, so a goal is awarded when the football has crossed the goal line fairly without any unlawful play. For example, there could have been a foul in the build-up, or a handball, or maybe an offside. Next we have facilities and equipment. So all players must have the same kit on, which includes the same coloured football shirts, shorts and socks. They must not have jewellery on, including earrings or necklaces, and must not have any foreign items on their boots. They must wear shin pads. If they wear sock tape, then it must be the same colour as their socks that they're wearing. This is the same for the undergarments, such as the long sleeve thermal shirts, which must be predominantly the same colour as the football shirts. Next we have officials. So depending on the level of the football match, the game will consist of either 4 officials or 6 officials. The first official is the referee. The referee is the main official during the match and must be the person who has the final decision on different situations. He will keep time, decide when fouls have taken place, and will ensure player safety at all times. The second and third officials are the linesmen. These officials work along the touchline of the football pitch, taking one half each. They will assist the referee in making decisions such as offsides, throw-ins, goal kicks, fouls and corners. The fourth official is the person who stands in between the 2 technical areas and ensures that all people in that area are doing what they should be doing. For example, making sure that the substitutes are warming up in the correct area and both backroom staff teams are staying within their designated area. They will also communicate with the referee when a substitute is being made so that the referee can stop the game, and also will hold up the electronic board to show how much added time there will be at the end of each half. The last 2 officials are not always used but are the ones who stand to the side of either goal. Their job is to decide whether the ball has crossed the line or not. They can also help the referee to decide whether to give a foul in the box or whether to give a goal kick or a corner. All officials will be wearing the same kit, which can be different colours depending on what colour the 2 football teams are playing in, so the kits don't clash. We have playing surfaces. So the length of the touchline must be greater than the length of the goal line. All lines must be of the same width, which must not be more than 12 centimetres. The length of the pitch must be a minimum of 90 metres with a maximum of 120 metres, and the width must be a minimum of 45 metres and a maximum of 90 metres. For international matches, the length must be a minimum of 100 metres and maximum 110 metres, with the width being a minimum of 64 metres and a maximum of 75 metres. The goal area. 2 lines are drawn at right angles to the goal line, 5.5 metres from inside of each goalpost. These lines extend into the field of play for a distance of 5.5 metres and are joined by a line drawn parallel with the goal line. The area bounded by these lines and the goal line is the goal area. The penalty area. 2 lines are drawn at right angles to the goal line, 16.5 metres from inside of each goalpost. These lines extend into the field of play for a distance of 16.5 metres and are joined by a line parallel with the goal line. The area bounded by these lines and the goal line is the penalty area. Within each penalty area, a penalty mark is made 11 metres or 12 yards from the midpoint between the goalposts and equidistant to them. An arc of a circle with a radius of 9.15 metres from the centre of each penalty mark is drawn outside the penalty area. Flag posts. A flag post not less than 1.5 metres high with a non-pointed top, and a flag must be placed at each corner. Flag posts may also be placed at each end of the halfway line, not less than 1 metre outside of the touchline. Goals. A goal must be placed on the centre of each goal line. A goal consists of 2 upright posts equidistant from the corner flag posts and joined at the top by a horizontal crossbar. The goal posts and crossbar must be made of wood, metal or any different approved materials. They must be square, rectangular, round or elliptical in shape and must not be dangerous to players. The distance between the posts is 7.32 metres and the distance from the lower edge of the crossbar to the ground is 2.44 metres. So in the first situation, I had the assistant referee appearing to make an incorrect decision when disallowing a goal due to a striker being offside. However, the striker wasn't offside, as when the ball was played from his teammate he was in line or further away from the goal than the second last defender, so there couldn't have possibly been a chance that he was offside. The referee could have seen that the wrong decision had been made by the linesman and overturned the decision, but he continued to go with the wrong decision and the goal was incorrectly disallowed because of the wrong use of the offside rule, as the goal should have stood, as the striker was not behind or not closer to the goal than the second last defender, so it's basically he was onside. In the second situation, an offside occurs again. However, this is a good decision from the referee, as it can not be easily seen to whether the player is offside or not, and a very good understanding of the rules were needed to ensure the correct decision was made. The striker was offside because as the goalkeeper ran out to try and clear the corner, he was further away from the goal than the striker was, and there was only one defender on the line. So that meant that this defender then became the last defender and the goalkeeper the second last. So as the striker was closer to the goal than the second last defender or the goalkeeper, he was offside and therefore the goal was correctly disallowed. In my last situation, it was a 2010 World Cup between the Netherlands and Spain, and a lot of cards had already been given out by the referee. In the video, Nigel de Jong appeared to commit a reckless foul which would earn him a red card, however a yellow card was awarded instead. The referee should have awarded a red card and sent him off, as there was no intention for him to play the ball and he was extremely late for the challenge. As the laws also state, serious foul play is worthy of being sent off, and this basically should have happened. So the number of players, 11 players per team maximum, 7 minimum. So if a team was to start with 11 and got so many sent off that they had less than 7, then they'd have to forfeit the game. Or if they turned up with less than 7, then they wouldn't be allowed to play the game in the first place. So ball in and out of play. So if the ball goes off the touchline, then a throw-in is awarded to the team who didn't kick it out. And if the ball crosses the goal line, a corner or a goal kick is awarded depending on who kicked the ball out. So if the attacking team kicked the ball out, then a goal kick would be awarded, or if the defensive team cleared the ball over the goal line, then it would result in a corner. So method of scoring, when the whole ball crosses the goal line in between the goalposts, a goal is awarded, and basically the most goals wins. So now the offside rule. It is not an offence in itself to be in an offside position. A player is only in an offside position if he is nearer to his opponent's goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent. A player is not in an offside position if he is in his own half of the field of play, or he is level with the second last opponent, or he is level with the last two opponents. A player in an offside position is only penalised if, at the moment the ball touches or is played by one of his team, he is, in the opinion of the referee, involved in active play by interfering with play, or interfering with an opponent, or gaining an advantage by being in that position. There is no offside offence if a player receives the ball directly from a goal kick, a throw-in, a corner kick, infringements and sanctions. So in the event of an offside offence, the referee will award an indirect free kick to the opposing team to be taken from the place where the infringement occurred. Fouls and misconduct. A direct free kick is awarded to the opposing team if a player commits any of the following 7 offences in a manner considered by the referee to be careless, reckless, or using excessive force. So the first one is kicking or attempting to kick an opponent, tripping or attempting to trip an opponent, jumping at an opponent, charging at an opponent, strikes or an attempt to strike an opponent, pushes an opponent, tackles an opponent. A direct free kick is also awarded to the opposing team if a player commits any of these following 3 offences: holding an opponent, spitting at an opponent, or handling the ball deliberately, except from the goalkeeper when he's in his penalty area. A direct free kick is taken from the place where the offence occurred. Free kicks. An indirect free kick is awarded to the opposing team if a goalkeeper, inside his own penalty area, commits any of the following 4 offences: controls the ball with his hand for more than 6 seconds before releasing it from his possession, touches the ball again with his hands after he has released it from his possession and before it has touched another player. He touches the ball with his hands after it has been deliberately kicked to him by a teammate. He touches the ball with his hands after he has received it directly from a throw-in taken by a teammate. An indirect free kick is also awarded to the opposing team if, in the opinion of the referee, a player has played in a dangerous manner, impedes the progress of an opponent, prevents the goalkeeper from releasing the ball from his hands, commits any other offence not previously mentioned in the direct free kick law, for which a player is stopped to caution or be sent off. The indirect free kick is taken from the place where the offence occurred. So a penalty kick is awarded when a foul has been committed by the defensive team in their own area. The only way that it couldn't be a penalty is if a back pass was made to the goalkeeper and he picked it up. It would be an indirect free kick instead. So a throw-in is awarded to the team which hasn't kicked the ball over the touchline. So if a defensive team kicked the ball out of play over the touchline, then the attacking team would get a throw-in. A goal kick is awarded when the attacking team kick the ball over the goal line, which isn't in between the 2 goalposts. This is the opposite to a goal kick. The corner is awarded to the attacking team when the defensive team clear the ball behind the goal line. Finally, we've got sending offs. So there's many reasons why you can get sent off. These are if a player commits serious foul play, violent conduct, spitting at an opponent or any other person, denying the opposing team a goal or an obvious goal scoring opportunity. They could deliberately handle the ball. This doesn't apply to the goalkeeper within his own penalty area. They could deny an obvious goal scoring opportunity to an opponent moving towards the player's goal by an offence punishable by a free kick or a penalty kick. A player, substitute or substituted player is sent off if he commits any of the following 7 offences: using offensive, insulting or abusive language and or gestures, or receiving a second caution in the same match. The second sport I'm going to be talking about is netball. So firstly, we've got playing surfaces. So the court is rectangular in shape and is level and firm. The surface should be wooden, but may consist of other material provided if it's safe to play on. The 2 longer sides are called sidelines and measure 30.5 metres. The 2 shorter sides are called goal lines and measure 15.25 metres. 2 lines parallel to the goal lines divide the court into 3 equal areas. These lines are called transverse lines. The middle area is called the centre third and the 2 end areas are the goal thirds. A circle 0.9 metres in diameter is located at the centre of the court. This is called the centre circle. A goal circle is located at the end of each court. This is a semicircle of a radius 4.9 metres whose centre is midpoint of the outside of the goal line. All lines are 50 millimetres wide and are part of the court area they outline. The field of play is rectangular in shape and consists of the court and the courts around. During play, only on-court players and umpires are permitted in the field of play. Playing enclosure. A bench zone is located immediately adjacent to the field of play. The official bench, umpire's bench and team benches are all located on one side of the court in the bench zone. So next we have match length. A match consists of 4 quarters, each of 15 minutes playing duration, with an interval of 4 minutes between the first, second and third, fourth quarters. The half-time interval is 12 minutes, except with the agreement of both the event organiser and both teams, half-time may be 8 minutes. Teams change ends during each quarter. A period of play must not exceed the specified playing time, except that if a team is awarded a penalty pass in the attacking goal circle before the timekeeper signals the end of play, the penalty pass must be taken before play is ended. An interval may be extended by the umpires for an emergency. Extra time. Before a match begins, the event organiser may advise teams and umpires that in the event the scores are tied at full time, extra time will be played to determine a winner.